Scaling is a decision. Scaling is not something that just happens in a natural sense, because I'm a big believer, just like Hormozy and pretty much every top dog in business, in the theory of constraints, where you will grow up until you hit a point. And even Dan Martell talks about like his complexity ceiling. So I'll give a quick breakdown of what I mean by that. So you will grow up until the point where you have a constraint. So let's say that your current constraint in your business is that you don't have enough leads. Well, it's not going to be natural. Like, you're not just going to naturally have leads just fall into your lap. And so scaling is a decision that you're going to make in order to say, you know what, the current constraint, the only thing stopping me from going to 10K a month to 20K a month is we don't have enough leads, assuming that you have identified the correct problem. If we solve that constraint and we say, you know what, we're going to take you from 100 leads a week to 200 leads a week, that's going to double your lead flow, double your appointments booked, probably double your business. Now, once you double your business, from 10K a month to 20K a month, you now have the decision to make of, okay, do I want to scale again and solve the next bottleneck or constraint, which probably is going to be fulfillment, right? You have 5 or 10 new clients now. How are you going to fulfill at scale to all those clients? And so scaling is a decision that you're going to make in the season of life that you're in. When I was in the season of life of traveling with my wife through Bali, on a honeymoon, and trying not to work, 8-10 hours a day every single day, I actively made the decision to not scale. Right? I decided I'm gonna stay where I'm currently at, or maybe just grow a tiny bit and not have to build new systems and not have to scale, because scaling is not easy. Scaling takes a lot of time. If you're trying to go from somewhere you're currently at to somewhere you've never been before, and you don't know what the next level even looks like, there is a lot of work involved in that. Going from 10K a month to 100K a month is almost like running two different kinds of businesses. One is like being a highly paid consultant. One is where you're trying to hire a team and lead people. So again, it's just, in my opinion, knowing the right time to scale is like, what season of life in business are you in currently? And scaling doesn't always mean revenue. Scaling doesn't mean like going from 10K a month to 100K a month at all times. Scaling could be, I'm going to scale out my team. I'm going to scale out my fulfillment. I'm going to scale out my systems. It doesn't have to mean scaling in terms of revenue. And so you might be in a season of like this quarter, let me figure out how to hire a good team. Let me figure out how to get the right people in place. Let me figure out how to build the right systems so that come quarter 2, I can actually be able to scale past 200,000 a month, right? Because I have the systems in place, I have the people in place. Now it's just about upping lead flow or whatever it is. So like currently where we're at in business is we are trying to scale, but we're not trying to scale our revenue that crazy this exact month. This month we're taking to, or at least in January's the last day of January now, but we took the entire month to pretty much build out all the sales systems we needed to support a 300,000 a month consulting business. Whereas before, our sales systems were not great. They probably would have capped us around like 100 to 150. And so this January month was really like, let's build the systems. Let's still make some money, but let's take time and build systems so we can scale, right? So I would say that in January, we still scaled. We just didn't scale our revenue. We scaled our systems, our sales, procedures, processes, and systems. But anyways, that was a long-winded answer to say it's a choice that you have to make, and it doesn't always mean revenue.